Hey everybody, it's Nick here, and I've been home for a few hours, but I picked up one game today, and I know it's just one, but I wanted to show you guys what it was. The game is, get it out here, Masakari Densetsu Action Hen. There's actually two versions of this game. There's Action or Action Hen, which means the action version, and there's an RPG version. So this is a game I stumbled across when I was looking through Tosei's video games for Game Boy. And if you don't know Tosei, they were a Japanese game developer, but they were secretive about the games they worked on. They never put their name on games until like they started making the Game & Watch Gallery series. So they're known for like the games you might know them for is they did Frankenstein on NES, Toxic Crusaders on NES. They did a crapload of NES games, but you know you wouldn't know it because they didn't put their name on them. They're probably, on NES though, they're probably most popular for the basis loaded games. So, and then they also did Tetris too, and yeah, if I told you all the games they made, I'd be here all day. But anyway, so I stumbled across this game, I really enjoyed it, so it's like, hey, you know, this is pretty cool. Now I look it up on eBay, the only copy I can find is complete in box for like 60 bucks. This copy, however, was 15. Now I traded in 3 NES games that I didn't play. I got them from a friend, and you know, I didn't play much, so the games are, and I hope I didn't give off anything rare, but POW is one of them, then Major League Baseball, and then Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, because I already have a copy of that. So, yeah, if I can get my capture card working, I definitely want to review this game now that I have the Super Game Boy and the Game Boy's region free, thank God. I really want to review this. I'm going to upload a walkthrough on GameFAQs, so stay tuned for that. But it's a nice little game. I think it used the Shin-Chan engine, which is another series of games they developed exclusively in Japan. Don't worry, if you want to play those games, he doesn't show his ass in those games. I remember seeing it a few times on Adult Swim like years ago, but man, I barely remember it. It's been way too long, and maybe that's a good thing. I don't know. But overall, though, they're one of my favorite Japanese developers. I mean, they're not my most favorite, but I do like the stuff they've done. And I kind of find it cool that they're secretive. Now, I do have a theory about that. I don't know if anyone's interested in hearing my theory, but this is the way I picture it. Like, this is at least like one reason why I think they're secretive and never put their names on the games, as well as credits. They were secretive about game credits too. But I think it's because, say for example, because back then other companies were trying to hire staff from other companies, game developers. So like if a game developer quit or something, like let's say a game developer quit, Tosei or something, and he moved on to another game developer, they were asking, oh, what game did you work on? Oh, well, I worked on this one. Oh, how do we know that? I mean, there's no credits and your name's not on there. So that's just my interpretation. I mean, I'm sure there's other reasons, but I mean, someone interviewed like one of the vice presidents of the company, and they just said, "Well, we're secretive because we like being secretive. There's not much more to it." And it's like, okay. And there's other game developers that have been like that, like Teeny Weeny Games. They developed Last Action Hero on NES, yet you never see the logo. And that was the only NES game they made, but you never see their logo in the game. So, I mean, Tosei's not the only one, but there's a lot. So overall, though, I'm looking forward to reviewing this. Like I said, like the main goal about game reviews on this channel, anyways. I know I don't do much anymore, but I do want to now that I got Adobe Premiere, anyways. But the main goal is, as far as game reviews, is to review the obscure games. And I've done like Ghosts and Goblins, I know, but I mean, covering a popular game, that's fine, but I mean, I mainly want to cover the obscure games, the games that nobody knows about, the games that I think everybody should know about, but after I own the game, because then if it gets really popular, everyone's going to buy every freaking copy, and then I'm not going to be able to get one for myself. Obviously, I'm just exaggerating, but really, I just want to cover all the games that nobody knows about, and maybe people will play them, there's games that I think need more attention, and they just don't get it, so, excuse me, I got a cough. Pool of Radiance on NES. Yeah, I have a really weird sneeze. Also, on another note, I ripped another VGZ soundtrack today, and that is Vegas Stakes for the Game Boy, because that's one. Well, I didn't grow up with the game, but I started off playing the Super Nintendo version, then it was like, I found out there was a Game Boy version, it's like, oh my god, I gotta have it! So, and my grandma was throwing away a bunch of Game Boy boxes, and at the time I wasn't interested in collecting them, so I only took Vegas Stakes, and even then the box is all crushed up now somewhere. But I should have taken all those boxes, because, you know, I didn't know they were worth so much sometimes. I don't remember all that she had. I know she had a Tetris for Game Boy, and then I think she had Bugs Bunny Crazy Castle. It's been too long, I can't remember, but point is, I should have taken them, but oh well, you know, I guess that's it. So, yeah, VGC rip, I'm going to upload it to vgmrips.net, I think is the, I don't remember if it's .com or .net or something like that, but if you go to Google, type in VGM rips, I believe it's the first result, and sorry, I think this microphone's on, yeah, because I was jamming earlier. And let me just talk about a little bit about this book, Sting, Nothing Like the Sun. Now, I bought it mainly just so I could transcribe Englishman in New York. Now, I've got a huge problem with it. The saxophone solo, there's this little part I'm going to show you guys there, and I don't think it's violating any copyrights if I show you just a bit of the music. As long as I don't show you the whole entire thing, you know, it's, I think I'm okay. Anyways, there's this part here where it's got, you know, 2 quarter notes and then 2 eighth notes and a triplet, and that sounds nothing like it does in the, you know, in the song. I listen to the song, I can't get the timing of it, but I'm pretty sure it's not it. And also, the saxophone solo, or the saxophone, because the soprano sax is in the key of an actual saxophone, so that's hard for me to transcribe because I'm only familiar with like the piano and guitar. Another problem is that it doesn't tell you, you know, exactly like how the, now Hal Leonard's claim, and you can check it out on their website, is that they transcribe it exactly as, you know, as it was recorded, but that is a complete lie. That is a huge lie. I can't even begin to tell you, because the bass lines are wrong. I heard them. I mean, they're wrong in like the first verse and everything. But also, they tell you to repeat the stuff, and they tell you to repeat the same exact thing for, you know, each verse or whatever, even when it's actually different. So, you know, that's kind of false advertisement there. Now, I understand they can't print out like hundreds and hundreds of pages or whatever, but I mean, if you're going to say it's exactly like the you know, it's like as the actual song, then, you know, stick to your word. Don't be fucking lying about that. Now, the 10 Summoner's Tales one I have is pretty damn good. It does the same shit with the, you know, not, you know, telling you to just ad-lib, but, you know, overall. But that's my main problem with Englishman New York. Most of the song, it just tells you to ad-lib on the saxophone, when I don't want to do that. I want to know what the saxophone is actually playing, you know, and transcribe that. I don't want to just, I can ad-lib, but I'd rather just make it sound like the actual song. So, and maybe other people want to ad-lib it, and that's fine, but I don't. So, that's my opinion. So overall, it's just kind of a letdown. I waited a week for it, and I'm just a little disappointed. So I don't know if I'm going to be covering that, but I am going to cover other songs. The problem is, I just got a horrible, horrible singing voice. Like, you don't even know. I try to sound good. I try to change my voice and stuff, because if there's one thing that Sting and Eminem taught me, it's never to use your real voice while singing. So yeah, I'm going to try that. You know, I'm going to try covering some more songs. I have a bunch of Sting songs I can cover, but I just, you know, if I ever get good at singing, maybe I need to get lessons from Ken Tamplin or something, but, you know, I want to be a good singer. You know, I think it's important before I actually record it. But anyways, that's it. Thank you guys for watching, and, you know, Five Nights at Freddy's has been fun. I might play it some more. I am looking forward to the sequel. I will buy it if I have the money, and it's only like $5. So, I'll see you guys later. Have a good weekend, and peace out.